Welcome to another tutorial from Buddy Business. This will be my third and probably final tutorial, as in, I don't know how to do the other ones. But this one will be a flipper. So right off the bat, to find our chassis, we're going to have to go browsing a bit. So we're going to go to Games, we're going to go to Garry's Mod, Hunter, click the plus on that. We're going to go to Triangles, yes. And, well, let's try this. This is a nice chassis, it's a bit small, so we'll resize it. Yeah, I like that. Let's go. Nope, I don't want it that tall. Sure, why not? 2.5. There we go. Just for a bit more space. So we have a nice space, flat space here to put wheels into. So let's go do that real quick. Let's go up to here. That's good. Kind of want the backside to be a bit less open to other flippers, so try to get a wheel size that's just right. So if you can't do precision alignment wheels, you can just access them right on the outside as long as it's in the size limit. But for my sake, I'm going to be doing precision alignment wheels. So push them in a bit. Gotta make sure it's centered. And we're good. That's done. I kinda needed that axis. Yeah, let me do that real quick. There we go. So you want to get a line set up where it's horizontal, and then for our flipper, we're gonna go visit the specialized builder section, and I've found this is a great flipper piece because its beveled edges make it useful. So this looks about right. It's a nice flipping pad. So what we're gonna do is, oh gosh, I can't like, hold up. Yeah, so you can't really snap it the way you think you would with angles, but nonetheless it will work. So let's try 1.5. So that kind of sized it up that way. That's weird. There we go. Too big. Let's try lowering this one. Nope. Gotta lower them both. Okay, I thought I hit the unrecord button. Still not good enough. You gotta make sure it's just the right size. That looks about right. So what we're gonna do is I'll lower the size just a tiny bit more, just to be safe. There we go. We're going to precision, oops. We need to hit pose. Gonna precision alignment to center. See that? But it's kind of a bit wonky right at the moment. So we're going to precision rotation snap, and we're going to get it, the angle or the point where we rotate it close to our points on this center. And we're going to look over here, and we're going to move our mouse until you see it just start to intersect the other prop. So put it right there. You want to leave a bit of a gap there just in case. Or actually, I put a little too much of a gap. Too little of a gap there. We're going to hit it, and then we're going to put it a little high up, because you want to have some space to put hydraulics there. I put too big a gap there still, so I'll just right about there. That's a big enough gap. Yep. As long as you can snap to that point, you're good. So we're gonna go back to these points, snap them again. That shouldn't have changed too much. Just made sure the points are connected to each other. And we're going to axis these points. But this time, I almost just made a mistake. You don't want to check the no collide, because you want these props to stay connected with each other. So I'll lift these props up again, and now we're going to go to the hydraulic, the actual hydraulic. Wire hydraulics are not as powerful as regular hydraulics. So we want to get a distance of like 150. And I'll do 250. Width does not matter. Your speed kind of does matter. So I'll just set a ridiculous speed. Oh boy, it turned into a bunch of zeros. That should be fine. Unchecked fixed. It doesn't matter where your toggle key is, because we'll transpose it into wiremod in a sec. So I want to lift this thing down a bit. And now we're going to look at our point and right click, or we're going to snap our point there, and then we're going to right click. And that's our hydraulic. But we're going to do it on both sides. There we go. So now if we press numpad 7, it'll flip open. You can see it got stuck on the other side. So, that's bad, Nick. So, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna open it to where you think it's nice, and you're gonna get your rope tool. You're gonna get a width that's fine for you. No add length, no force limit. And you're gonna find a point on this prop. I quite like this point. And you're gonna find another point right there. And you're good. So now when you flip it, it gets stuck there. So, you do this, it can flip things. But that's kind of weak, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this back up a bit. I'm gonna take these hydraulics off, and I'm gonna place more this time. I'm gonna look there, boom. The next snapping point is right here. I'm gonna snap it. That did not snap it. There we go. Over here. Snap it. I'll put one more on each side. This will make it pretty powerful, but also pretty destructive to itself. So now it opens really fast. And it is a powerful flipper. So now we gotta add our wire mod stuff because the flipper is complete. You want to do the because this, alright, yeah, I guess it'll be hard to drive, but you want to make your chassis ice and your flipper can be glass, so at least it can wedge something up onto it as well. So wire mod time. I'm gonna go flying through this because you've hopefully seen my other tutorials. There will be a couple different things. I'm gonna do 3 gates for movement. No gate. Well, actually, we do need a numpad output for the hydraulic. So, our hydraulic key we set was numpad 7. So I'm gonna set the output to numpad 7. Make sure you press the key again so the hydraulic's closed when you save it. And that is our hydraulic key. And, okay, we've got all the gates set up. Let's get the thrusters in. I'm going to place them a bit higher so when it pushes, this point of rotation is kind of pushing the front of the bot into the ground so it out wedges things. And now I'm going to get the rotational thrusters in. Okay, let's set up these gates. Whoops. Uh-oh, I'm failing here. There we go. And this will be your flipper key. You can wire that into here. So when you press mouse 1, it outputs numpad 7. And now let's wire the thrusters into our gates. If you're wondering how I'm selecting multiples of these thrusters at once, is when I click, I hold shift and click another one, and as you can see it has a ×2. Those are the other thrusters. And so now, it's almost done. We need a chair to control it. No collide it, set its weight to 1. And you can see, oh, my total mass is 1,016. So, this thing weighs 720 because we resized it. It resizes its weight as well. So we only need like 300 on this chassis. I'll put 175, that sounds about right, into the flipper. And I'll make the wheels weigh 150. And that brings our grand total to 787. I think I know what to do. Let's make sure these things are collided real quick. And I've done this design before, and a flaw I've found is that it gets stuck on its backside. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put a little disc through it. Little pepperoni. Make sure it's no collided with everything. Okay, there we go. Okay, I don't need these points anymore. Select the center of that, and that. Too far forward, so let me center it too. That's good, but no, it's not good. So what I'm going to do is with point, I'm going to go to point 2, relative to entity, copy, and I'm going to push that like to 74. Let's see what happens. I pushed it inwards. That's what I want it to do. So let's try this. Point 2. Let's try pushing it to 44. Set. Push it in. Okay, make sure it's not. That's good. No, I'll push it to 54. Set. And boom. That's good. And now your bot's almost complete. Gotta weld this. You gotta multi-parent your thrusters without set weight, because thruster power is actually dependent on the weight of the thruster entity. And if the thruster entity does not weigh a certain amount, it will... Well, if a thruster weighs a certain amount, it replicates that force. The weight is sort of an exponent of your power. And one thing you don't want to actually multi-parent is a numpad output. That does not work. So, this thing appears to be ready. Just pop it in my dupes. And here we go. I did not wire the thrusters. So let me just respawn it. So, I did wire the thrusters, didn't I? Did I link the gate? I do not believe I did. Yeah, I did not link the gate. So now, it drives, and you flip it. Whoa! That is one powerful flipper. That's nice. The rope is getting kind of stuck. What is it stuck on? I don't know, but you've got a working flipper. And if I let me just hop the car on. Boom! Insane flippering. Whoa! Alright, so that's my flipper design. And one thing people hate, specifically one person hates, you wedge something up onto it far enough up to like here, and then close the flipper and it sends them flying. And that's how you make a flipper. Yay!